Think your daily routine is healthy? Think again. We all try to do what's best for our bodies, right? We maybe try to get in a walk, choose a salad over fries, and get to bed at a decent hour. But what if I told you that some of the most common habits, things you do every single day without a second thought, could be silently damaging your health? It's not about the big, obvious things like smoking or an extremely poor diet. I'm talking about the subtle, seemingly harmless actions that add up over time, creating a significant impact on your well-being. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on these everyday saboteurs. We'll be diving deep into the science behind why these habits are so detrimental. My goal isn't to scare you or make you feel guilty about your current lifestyle. It's to empower you with knowledge. Because when you understand the why behind the advice, you're much more likely to make a meaningful, lasting change. We're going to break down 7 of these surprising habits, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. I want you to really think about your own day-to-day life as we go through this. See which of these resonate with you. It's easy to fall into these traps. I've been guilty of some of them myself. But the good news is, identifying them is the first and most crucial step toward building a genuinely healthier, more energetic, and happier you. So grab a preferably large glass of water, get comfortable, and let's get started on this health journey together. Let's start with the very first decision of your day breakfast. How many of you hit the snooze button one too many times and end up sprinting out the door, completely skipping that first meal? It seems like a great time saver, but what you're actually doing is setting your body up for a metabolic struggle. When you wake up, your body has been fasting all night. It needs fuel to kickstart your metabolism, which is the engine that burns calories throughout the day. Skipping breakfast tells your body, hey, we're in a state of famine here, we need to conserve energy. As a result, your metabolism slows down to hold on to resources, making it less efficient at burning calories later on. This can not only lead to weight gain over time, but also completely tanks your energy levels and cognitive function. That mid-morning fog, the irritability, the desperate craving for a sugary snack around 10 a.m., that's your brain and body screaming for the glucose they were denied hours earlier. It's a vicious cycle that impacts your focus, your mood, and the food choices you make for the rest of the day. Think of it like trying to start a long road trip with an empty gas tank. You wouldn't get very far, right? Your body is the same. Providing it with a balanced breakfast, I'm talking protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs, is like giving it premium fuel. This stabilizes your blood sugar, enhances your concentration, and prevents those intense cravings that lead to unhealthy snacking. It doesn't have to be a massive, time-consuming feast. Something as simple as Greek yogurt with berries, a couple of eggs, or oatmeal can make a world of difference in how you feel and function for the entire day. All right, you've had your breakfast, you're at work or school, and you settle into your chair, and there you stay, for hours. We now live in a society where sitting is the default position for work, commuting, and relaxing. But our bodies were not designed for this. This prolonged sedentary behavior is so dangerous that medical professionals have coined a term for it, the sitting disease. When you sit for long periods, your body's large muscle activity essentially shuts down. Your circulation slows, and your body's ability to regulate blood sugar and blood pressure is impaired. This isn't just about bad posture, although that's certainly a part of it, leading to chronic back and neck pain. The risks are far more systemic. Studies have shown a terrifying link between prolonged sitting and an increased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. The scary part is that even if you're someone who exercises regularly, sitting for 8+ hours a day can still negate many of those benefits. You can't outrun a chair. It's the uninterrupted nature of the sitting that does the most damage. So what's the solution? Am I saying you need to quit your desk job? No, of course not. The key is to break up these long periods of sitting. The simplest rule to follow is to get up and move for a few minutes every 30 to 60 minutes. Set a timer on your phone or watch, When it goes off, stand up, do some simple stretches, walk to the water cooler, do a few squats by your desk, anything to get the blood flowing and muscles activated again. Consider a standing desk or taking walking meetings. These small, consistent interruptions are incredibly powerful in mitigating the serious health risks of a sedentary life. This next one is so simple, yet an incredible number of people are chronically failing at it: drinking enough water. Your body is about 60% water, and every single system, every organ, and every cell depends on it to function correctly. Think of water as the ultimate logistics and transport system for your body. It carries vital nutrients to your cells, helps regulate your body temperature through sweat, and is essential for flushing out waste products and toxins from your organs, especially your kidneys. When you don't drink enough, this entire system gets sluggish and inefficient. You might not feel thirsty, but your body could be sending you other signals. Feeling tired and sluggish for no reason? That's a classic sign of even mild dehydration. Headaches, brain fog, difficulty concentrating. Dehydration can cause your brain tissue to literally shrink temporarily. It can also lead to constipation, dry skin, and an increased risk of kidney stones. You might be reaching for another cup of coffee to fight that afternoon slump, when what your body is actually begging for is a simple glass of water. It's truly one of the most fundamental pillars of health. So how much is enough? The old 8 glasses a day rule is a good starting point, but it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. Your needs can vary based on your activity level, the climate you live in, and your overall health. A better strategy is to monitor the color of your urine. Pale yellow is the goal. A dark yellow or amber color is a clear sign you need to hydrate more. My advice? Carry a reusable water bottle with you everywhere. Make it a non-negotiable part of your desk setup. Sip it consistently throughout the day, not just when you feel parched. Thirst is actually a lagging indicator. By the time you feel it, you're already dehydrated. Let's be real, we live our lives through screens. Our phones, our computers, our tablets, our TVs, they are our windows to the world for work and play. But, this constant digital immersion comes at a cost, particularly to our eyes and our brains. Staring at a bright screen for hours on end leads to a condition called digital eye strain. The symptoms are probably familiar to many of you: dry, irritated eyes, blurred vision, headaches, and even neck and shoulder pain from hunching over your device. It happens because we tend to blink less when we're focused on a screen, and our eye muscles are held in a state of constant tension. Beyond the physical strain on your eyes, the type of light these screens emit is also a major problem, especially at night. Screens produce a high concentration of blue light, which is particularly effective at tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. This suppresses the production of melatonin, the key hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Using your phone or watching TV right before bed can seriously disrupt your ability to fall asleep, and it can also reduce the quality of the sleep you do get, leaving you feeling groggy and unrefreshed the next morning. So, how do we manage this in our hyper-connected world? First, practice the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break to look at something 20 feet away. This gives your eye muscles a much-needed chance to relax. Make a conscious effort to blink more often to keep your eyes lubricated. In the evening, this is crucial. Establish a digital curfew. Put away all screens at least 60 to 90 minutes before you plan to sleep. Use night mode or blue light filtering apps on your devices, which shift the screen color to a warmer tone. Swapping that late-night scroll for reading a physical book can dramatically improve your sleep and overall mental well-being. From our morning commute podcast, to our workout playlist, to zoning out at our desks, headphones and earbuds have become a near-permanent fixture for many of us. They let us, create our own private audio bubble. But this constant direct delivery of sound into our ear canals carries a significant and honestly, often irreversible risk: noise-induced hearing loss. The danger is in both the volume and the duration of exposure. A lot of people, especially when they're in a noisy environment like a subway or a gym, crank the volume way up to drown out the background noise, often going way past safe listening levels without even realizing it. The delicate hair cells inside our inner ear, or cochlea, are responsible for translating sound vibrations into nerve signals that our brain interprets as sound. Extremely loud noises can damage and even destroy these hair cells. And here's the critical part: once they're gone, they do not grow back. This damage is permanent and cumulative. It might not be noticeable at first, but over years of overusing headphones at high volumes, it can lead to permanent hearing loss, tinnitus, which is that constant ringing in your ears, and difficulty understanding speech, especially in noisy environments. It's a silent threat that slowly robs you of one of your most important senses. The good news is that this is almost entirely preventable with a few smart habits. First, follow the 60-60 rule. Listen at no more than 60% of your device's maximum volume for no more than 60 minutes at a time. After an hour, take a break to give your ears a rest. Many smartphones now have built-in features that warn you when you're listening at levels that could damage your hearing over time. Pay attention to those warnings. If you can afford them, investing in noise-canceling headphones can be a total game-changer. They let you listen comfortably at a much lower volume because they block out the ambient noise you were trying to overcome in the first place. We've talked about things that disrupt sleep, like screen time, but let's focus for a second on the habit of poor sleep itself. A lot of people treat sleep as a luxury they can cut back on when they're busy, or they have a totally erratic schedule, staying up late during the week and then trying to catch up on weekends. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of what sleep really is. Sleep isn't just a passive state of rest, it's an active, critical period of restoration for both your brain and your body. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, clears out metabolic waste, and your body repairs tissues, produces hormones, and strengthens its immune system. When you have inconsistent sleep habits, or you're chronically sleep deprived, you're basically short-circuiting all of these vital processes. The immediate effects are, like, super obvious. You feel moody, you can't focus, and your reaction time slows down. But the long-term consequences are way more severe. Chronic poor sleep is linked to a higher risk of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and a significantly weakened immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. It also takes a massive toll on your mental health, making anxiety and depression worse. Trying to catch up on weekends doesn't really work. It just further confuses your internal body clock, leading to a state of perpetual social jet lag. The most powerful thing you can do for your health is to prioritize sleep and, honestly, consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends. This stabilizes your circadian rhythm, your body's internal 24-hour clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. This could be taking a warm bath, reading a book, or doing some light stretching. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep. Keep it dark, quiet, and cool. Protecting your sleep is actually one of the most effective forms of preventative medicine there is. We've covered a lot of physical habits, but this last one is, honestly, probably the most important, and, for a lot of people, the most overlooked: ignoring your mental health. In our society, there's often this relentless pressure to be on all the time, to be productive, to be positive, and to just keep pushing through when things get tough. We schedule checkups for our bodies, but we often treat our minds as if they should be able to handle endless stress and pressure without any support. This habit of ignoring, minimizing, or bottling up stress, anxiety, and sadness is incredibly damaging. Mental health and physical health are not separate. They're totally, intrinsically linked. Chronic stress, for example, floods your body with hormones like cortisol, which, over time, can lead to high blood pressure, a weakened immune system, digestive issues, and a higher risk of heart attack and stroke. Ignoring anxiety or depression doesn't make them go away. It just lets them fester, impacting your sleep, your appetite, your energy levels, and your ability to connect with others. Treating mental health as a secondary concern or a sign of weakness is a dangerous blind spot that can really undermine your entire well-being. So, what does it mean to stop ignoring your mental health? It starts with checking in with yourself, just like you'd notice a physical pain. How are you feeling, really? It means building healthy coping mechanisms for stress, whether that's exercise, meditation, journaling, or just spending time in nature. It means setting boundaries to protect your energy and saying no when you're overwhelmed. And most importantly, it means recognizing when you need help and having the courage to seek it out. Talking to a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional is a sign of incredible strength, not weakness. Prioritizing your mental health is honestly the foundation upon which all other healthy habits are built. So there you have it, 7 everyday habits that might actually be doing more harm than good. From skipping breakfast to scrolling at night, these actions can seem small in isolation, but their cumulative effect on your health is, totally undeniable. My goal today wasn't to add more stress to your life by giving you a long list of things you're doing wrong. It was to illuminate these blind spots and show you that you have the power to make a significant, positive impact on your well-being through small, intentional adjustments. The connection between our daily choices and our long-term health is incredibly direct. The journey to better health isn't about a radical, overnight transformation. It's about building a foundation of better habits, one brick at a time. Don't try to change all 7 of these things at once. You'll probably feel overwhelmed and just give up. Instead, pick one, just one. Maybe it's committing to carrying a water bottle with you everywhere you go. Maybe it's setting a timer to stand up and stretch every hour. Or maybe it's putting your phone away 30 minutes before bed. Master that one change, let it become an automatic part of your routine, and then move on to the next. Remember that knowledge is only potential power. Action is where the real power lies. You are the CEO of your own body. You get to make the decisions that will determine your future health, energy, and happiness. I hope this video has given you the information and motivation you need to start making more informed choices. Small changes can make a big difference. So, which habit will you change today?